Hello friends, welcome to our channel Medical Stick Fall in Love with Medicine. So today is our third part of the anti-brachy. So in this video we will talk about the joint between radius ulna and humerus. So first, before starting the video, I'll show you how radius and ulna are joined at the proximal end and its distal end. So let's begin with it. So first we will talk about its proximal end. Proximal end. How radius and ulna joins at the proximal end. So here we go with a diagram. So first we are drawing the radius. Okay. So this is how radius look like, right? And here now we are drawing the ulna. Okay, so this is radius and this is the ulna. So first I will label the radius. So this part is known as circumferentia radii, or you can say articularis. Okay, here this is a neck part, so we will call it column radii. And here this is known as tuberosity radii. Okay, now we will talk about the ulna. So ulna, this part is known as olecranon. These are the incisura trochlearis. This is known as processus coronoideus. Here we have incisura radialis, and here we have the same tuberosity ulna. Ulni. So here you can see that the radius and ulna are joined by these incisura known as incisura radialis. So the radius and ulna will join, like here we have a, just imagine that we have lock and we have a key. So lock can fit at that area where key will fit at that area where lock space will be there, right? So same here, that we have here incisura where the tuberosity of the radii will be joined at that. Okay, so this is the proximal part of the radius and ulna. Now we will talk about the distal part. Distal end. Okay. So this is a distal end. We are seeing that just imagine that this is radius and ulna. Okay, this is radius and ulna jointing like each other, and we will move like this, and we see from the end side of the radius and ulna, and we can see this view. Okay, so we are seeing like this. So here this is known as faces anterior. Of course this is ulna and this is radius, right? And we have the faces posterior. This is processus styloideus lateralis, and this is lateral surface. Okay, here we have caput ulnae, medial surface, and processus styloideus medialis. So you get the concept that why it the radius is, let me write here, radius, and here this is ulna. Okay, so you clearly understand that why it is on lateral side and this is on medial side. If you don't understand, then please go to see our video on the radius and ulna. Okay, so this is the distal end of the radius and ulna, and you can see that how they are joined with each other, right? So don't confuse that we are seeing on the top of the radius and ulna at the distal end. So this is how proximal and distal end of radius and ulna looks like. Now we will go with the articulation cubatus. So what is articulation cubatus? Articulation cubatus, it is nothing but elbow joint. Elbow joint. Okay, in Latin it is known as cubatus. So the thing that I want to tell you in this, and it's quite important, is that it is a compound joint. It is a compound joint. Okay, it have 3 bones, 3 joints, 3 ligaments. Okay, so here we have 3 bones, 3 joints, and 3 ligaments. What are 3 bones? That humerus, ulna, and radialis. 3 joints I will tell you, and 3 ligaments I will tell you for after. So let's begin with the first joint, which is known as humero-ulnar joint. It is known as humero-ulnar joint. First of all, if you see any joint split into 2 parts, yes, humero, and the second one is ulna. By the name you will get idea that it is the joint, it is between the humerus and ulna. Okay, so this joint is, in Latin it is known as articulo humero-ulnaris. Here I will write articulatio humero-ulnaris. Okay, it is hinge joint. So please remember this, because it is mostly asked question in the viva and in MCQs. Okay, it is hinge joint, and it helps in flexion and extension. It helps in the flexion and extension. Is a single frontal movement axis. Okay, it's a single frontal movement axis. It's help in flexion and extension. Okay, and this joint is formed between, level right, formed between trochlear of humerus and trochlear notch of ulna. Okay, so here I will draw a diagram. Okay, it is a simple diagram, we'll get to know easily. So this is a humerus, like we are seeing humerus on the lateral side, okay, like this. Like this is a humerus and here we have the ulna, we are seen like this. Okay, so here we have the ulna. Okay, so this is humerus trochlea. Okay, it's a medial epicondyle. Okay, yes, sorry, not lateral, it's a medial epicondyle because ulna will join at the medial side, but we seeing at the lateral side. Okay, here we have coronoid process, that I show you before. Okay, and this is a U-shape, this U-shaped notch, it is known as trochlear notch, and here we have olecron. So the joint between humerus and ulna is known as humero-ulnar joint, and it is found between the trochlear of humerus and trochlear notch of the ulna. That's why in ulna this notch is known as trochlear, because in humerus we have already the trochlear part. Okay, now we'll go with the another joint. It is known as humero-radial joint. Humero-radial joint. As usual, we will split into two parts, and we will get that this is joint between humerus and radialis. This joint is spheroidal joint. Spheroidal joint. Okay, and it have two axes. In humero-ulnar joint we have only one single axis movement. Okay, and here we have two axis movement. The first is frontal and second is vertical. Frontal is for flexion and extension, whereas vertical is for rotation. So this joint helps in the flexion, extension and rotation, but humero-ulnar joint helps in flexion and extension only. So I will draw a diagram. Okay, and this is head of the ulna. Okay, so this is lateral epicondyle, because you know that the radius will join at the lateral side. Here we have our ulna. Okay, so this is capitulum, and here we have the head. So this joint is formed between the capitulum of the humerus and the head of the radius. Okay, now the third and last joint that I already show you is the radio-ulnar joint is the radio-ulnar joint. We will split radius and ulna. So this joint is formed here. Okay. This joint is formed between the head of the radius and the radial notch of the ulna. So this is easy joint, that it's formed between the head of the radius and the incisura radialis of the ulna. Okay, so this is it about the today's topic, that is the joint between the radius, ulna and humerus. So hope you like this video. If you like